In this video, we're going to be showing how to use T-SQL right from the command line. This is what I mean by the command line, to write records to a table. And I'm going to demonstrate this a couple of different ways. One way is a little easier on the eyes. I'm going to be adding to a table called customer types. Let me just select from this table and just show you that there's probably nothing in it right now. Oh, okay. I lied. Let me delete from that table. Okay. Let me come back. Let's verify that it's empty right now. And it is. Okay. Let me just explain what this code is. I kind of exploded out. This is basically the code to write this is the command to write one record to this table. What I'm doing is I'm saying insert into this table called customer types, and these are the fields that I want to write to, and in this order. And then the values that I'm going to put in there, like for CT display, it'll say individual. For CT description, it'll say individual. For whether or not the visible flag is true, I'm setting it to true. This integer field order is going to be set to 100, and the CT created is going to be set to the current date and time. So when I run this, basically there you go. It wrote a record to that table. Every time I run this, it'll just keep writing the same record. It'll change the key. It'll change the time a little bit because it's creating it at a different time, as you can see. But now what I want to do is just show you something a little bit different. This exploded way, this way where everything's indented nice and is easy on the eyes, that's just so that you can kind of wrap your head around what's happening. Let me show you a much uglier way to do this. In this example, it's basically the same code, except instead of writing one record here, I'm writing 3 records. This is 3 records here, except that this entire section here, aside from the white space, is the same thing as just this. That and that is identical, other than the indenting. So you see here, I can fit a lot more stuff on the page, and this is what a script would usually look like. As a matter of fact, when you're running a script that somebody made or whatever, it usually looks like this. It could even be one notch uglier and look like this. And that's really hard to read. I mean, you can't even see that on one page. But in any event, if I run this, basically it adds all 3 of these records. I did a delete before I added anything. You don't necessarily want to do a delete when you're adding to a table. I'm just doing that for demonstrative purposes. But basically insert into table, and then the fields, and then you put in the values you want. You select from your table, and you're done.